He sometimes dresses a bit like an uncle, what? Like a fashionable uncle, okay, I'll qualify myself. But hey, we're both at the age where we are aunties and uncles. I'm a literal auntie to someone now, so own it, yeah. I would not say that I am your archetypal, wholesome type of auntie. Even though people look at me and think I'm very wholesome, there are things that I do that most people would consider fairly unsavory. I shall look penitent now. At this point where I am, it's a peculiar stage in my life because suddenly there's all this attention to me. And I'll tell you this, when I was growing up, I used to think that Chinese as an ethnic group were not known to be very good singers. But this time it was kind of interesting to be surrounded by so many ethnic Chinese who are good singers. And then I end up doing okay because I'm afraid of failure. Fear of failure is a major theme in my life. It's partly how I was raised, I think. I would often say no to productions if I felt like I wasn't going to be able to do well in it. I wanted approval for approval's sake. I think only in the past few years I've managed to come face to face with it and then say, even if I fail, fine, and then take some risks. What would we be without Esplanade? I mean, some of my first Mandarin jazz attempts were here. I launched my EP here, my very first National Day celebrations, kind of like reaching the climax of my song, and then the fireworks went up behind me across the bay. And I turned around and I was like, just going up in smoke behind me. I was like so shook. At first I thought the crowd was gasping because I was, performing really great, and then I realized I've done some really strange performances here too. We had the gamelan in the concourse with a DJ. Was there a percussionist? Yes, no, maybe. And then I was also doing some vocal improvs. And they let me do it. So this place, everywhere I walk, it's full of memories. Even though the Esplanade has like a great variety of spaces, I still have to emphasize we're still short of performing spaces. Even though this is the digital age, there is something about that tangible interaction of watching a performance in the same space. If I can think of one thing to suggest to become more interested in the arts, I'd say shorten the working hours. People are so caught up with the demands of living in Singapore that there's no extra time and energy or mind space to think about something else. I think you need to let your mind wander. You need to be bored. And then you think, I'm bored. What do I do with my time now? It just is irreplaceable, and it is definitely the cornerstone of every performer's growth.